Hi guys! Here is a quick review of all the verb tenses that we have seen this year in class. So before the exam, just have a little look at what are the simple present, simple past, and simple future tenses. So if you remember for the simple present, which is one of the most complicated verb tense because you need to remember to put your final S. It's a verb tense you use when it's a habit, when it's a fact, when it is something you do on a regular basis, something you repeat, that you do sometimes, always, often, or never. Here, if you look at the screen, you could imagine two different windows. One for the use of the verb to be, and one for the use of the other verbs. It works for simple present and simple past. So you can always have affirmative, negative, and interrogative form. Remember, verb to be is an exception. It's an auxiliary verb. It's a verb that has its own difficulties. So conjugation of the verb, when you use a negative, you simply add not to your verb, and you need to remember that there are two contracted forms possible. So you can say I am not or I'm not. You can say you are not or you're not or you aren't. Okay, so two different forms. Interrogative with the verb to be, you simply switch subject and verb. So if you say I am, you will switch it for am I, and then you create a question. If you want to have an information question, simply add a question word in front. So why am I a teacher? With all the other verbs, you need to remember that usually you put S, but you can also put ES or IES. It depends on the ending of the verb. If you have a verb ending in CH, like catch, SH, like brush, pass, go, X for mix, Z for buzzes, you add ES. If it's a vowel, you need to remember about the letter in front of your Y. So is it a vowel? Yes. Put S. Is it a consonant? Yes, put IES and remove your Y. Remember also that you have the verb have, which is an irregular for only the simple present form with its has a different way of writing it. Interrogative, I wrote asvo, quasvo, because you need to remember that it is a formula to remember where to put each word. So if you look at do, you, then, salsa, do for a auxiliary, you for subject, dance for verb, and salsa for your complement or your object. Simple past. Simple past, it's a verb tense that you will use when you want to talk about something that happened before today, something that happened yesterday, last year, last week, anything that comes with a last something, 2 days ago, when you were 5 years old, so something in the past. Same thing as the simple present, you split the screen into two parts. So one side you have the verb to be, on the other side you have the other verbs. Again, nothing changes with the verb to be beside the conjugation of it. So here you have two forms, was or were. Pay attention to the pronunciation of the verb because it's not were but were. And here we have one contracted form possible, wasn't, weren't. But again, you had to add not, and again, you switch for the interrogative. When we think about the conjugation for the past, you have to think about regular verbs and irregular verbs. Regular, you will put ed at the end, but sometimes ied. Sometimes also you will have to double the final letter There's a rule for this that you didn't see this year so far, but remember that in general you have to put ed or ied if it's a y. Again, if it's a vowel, you put ed. If it's a consonant, change your y for ied. Irregular, there's no trick. Even if you're an Anglophone, you need to study them, you need to use them, and this is why your teachers will ask you to study them over and over. But once it's done, you become more effective. When you have the use of negative and interrogative, this time your auxiliary will not be do or does, it will be did, because your auxiliary precedes the verb tense. So when you have did, we know that you are in the past, but we know that nothing will be conjugated, like didn't go, didn't sing. And again, interrogative, as-vo, quas-vo, depending on if you want to use an information question or a yes-no question. We finish with the easiest verb tenses, the simple future. It works the same way as the conjugation of the verb to be. So you will use it when you want to talk about something that will happen in a future moment. Again, you have affirmative, negative, interrogative form. So you have to put your auxiliary that, again, there's no translation in French for. It's only a matter of verb tense. So I will go, he will learn, they will study. If I want to use the negative, I will add not, like with the verb to be, and contracted, it becomes won't. Interrogative, as I told you that you had to switch, you do the same thing. So you will have, will I go? Will he learn? Will they study? And don't do like me, don't forget your question mark. So that's it. That summarizes the 3 simple tenses that you need to review and study for your exam. Good luck. Bye-bye.